going to dive right into our daily show today, and we'll bring you news just at a later time. State of the race coverage 2025 continues with Robert Pollard, a candidate for Wood River Township Supervisor. How are you doing this morning?
Great, CJ. Thank you for having me.
Well,
Appreciate
I'm glad to have you in the studio. Still some nice weather before, maybe some rain. Who knows what this region we live in.
Better than what we had.
That's right. Well, you're running for Township Supervisor this time around. And, before we dive right into the campaign and your vision, let's talk a little bit about your background a little bit and just who Robert Pollard is.
Well, born and raised in East Alton, graduated from East Alton Wood River High School. Live in East Alton currently with my wife, Christy, 2 grown children, Kathleen and Jason. I got 4 grandchildren now, Jackson, Adley, Mila, and Alex. So that wraps it about up right there. 0 to 4 in a matter of minutes.
Well, you've been in public service for about 14 years now, and we're a county board member. And, before we, go into township, take me through just a little bit of your county board background and some of the work you were able to do.
Yeah, as you know, I started as a township trustee in 2009 through 2014, and I decided to run for county board. I was there for 10 years. Didn't quite work out in November, so I'm going to try my luck at this one. County board was great. I loved every minute of it. Enjoyed serving. We did a lot of good things up there, so a lot of community stuff. Did a lot for East Alton Wood River, which that's the area I represented was East Alton Wood River. So
well, and now with this township supervisor role, for the folks at home, because I think a lot of times when it comes to consolidated elections, a lot of times folks might not understand the role of that position. If you could just educate the audience a little bit, maybe some of the voters that don't understand the ins and outs of that, of what you would be responsible for.
Well, basically what the township supervisor is the CEO of the township. He oversees the assessor's office, the highway commissioner's office, and the clerk's office. So he runs the show. He makes sure everything's done in a proper manner, runs the budget, does all that kind of stuff, and hopefully does everything that we can to help the people out in the township.
Well, and what was the reason for making the decision to jump right in this time around?
I just wasn't ready to give up public service. I just enjoy it.
Really?
I love being out in the community. I love going to all the events that all the different municipalities have. I just really enjoy it. It's just what I want to do. So,
is there, something about it? Is there one particular thing that really just kind of keeps you motivated? Is it the people? Is it the work itself?
It's a little of both. I mean, I enjoy the people. I tell you something. Just somebody knocking on the door the other day. He says, hell, I'm going to vote for you. Here's why. You go to all the community events. I see you all over East Alton and Wood River, and you just don't do it during the election season. You do it every year.
That's cool.
Because you're passionate about it. I said, you're right. I am, and I appreciate that. So,
what led to your passion in this public life?
I've always really wanted to do it, but quite frankly, probably just a little too scared to put my name on the ballot.
It's tough.
I have great respect for anybody that puts their name on the ballot, So it's, it's easy from the cheap seats, So
right.
I just respect anybody that runs for office and wants to do it.
It's pretty easy from the microphone too, Robert.
Yeah.
Well, and getting into this too, when you've been going around meeting with folks this time around to let people know your desire to be township supervisor, what are the thoughts? What are the concerns of the folks in the township? Have they changed over the years?
Well, as you know, CJ, property taxes is a big issue for everybody.
True.
But really, township is only about 4% of your property taxes. Most of it's your schools, as you know. But one thing I did find out, the people that actually do get the services of the township, which are the unincorporated areas, they just want me to continue the good services that they provide and things like that. What I'd like to also do is there's a park that I'd like to kind of see if I could get a grant for and revitalize that. It's kind of downtrodden right now. There's plenty of grants through the county for that. And then also I'd like to kind of emulate the Village of East Alton does a very good job with their senior and youth programs.
They really do.
They do. And I'd like to maybe come up with something to emulate that. We got the Township Hall right there. It seats about 130 to 40 comfortably. So we got the facilities, has a kitchen. So that's really going to be probably number one when I get in there, try to come up with something like that for the kids and the seniors.
That's really unique,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're right. I mean, East Alton does
They
do a
do.
bang-up job
They
when it
really
comes
do.
to that.
They really do.
When you were, what have you learned along the way? You know, from being a trustee to moving to county board, and now back to trying for township supervisor. Have there been some leadership lessons along the way?
Well, I don't know. Yes, but here's the thing. I mean, everybody always puts so much weight on RD. I never did, and I just work with anybody to get it done. Do what's right for the constituents. That's the thing. I mean,
I don't know how you feel, but to me, it just seems like from reading a lot of the news and all that the last couple of years, a lot of these are just common sense issues. They're not really political issues.
That's what I put on my flyer. I'm just going to
did you?
Yeah, I'm just going to use a common sense approach. I mean, wow, go figure.
I did not know that in advance, just for anybody watching this. But as you're going forward, take me through just what you've seen in the township. The last couple of years. Have you been happy with the work being done? Or are you...
Overall, it has. The big thing is the previous supervisors kept the tax levy flat, which is a good thing. I'll continue to do that also, and there won't be a problem there, so you don't have to worry about that. There's they got the pickleball court going there at Cutter Park, a nice overhang there too. But right now, what's in the works is about $300,000 bathroom facilities, and I want to take a look at that. That seems a little excessive for me. So
these bathrooms are getting expensive.
I mean, I don't know, and I haven't looked at it. Of course, I'm not privy of it.
Right.
So, but once I get in there, if I'm elected, I will look at that, see what we can do there.
Why is it always a bathroom that's hundreds of thousands? They can never pick a stop sign. It's always going to be a bathroom.
Politically, it's never a pretty thing either. It's like just like when we redid the jail up at the county. That's not a pretty thing, but it needed to be done.
Right. Well, and see, that's another thing that I'm sure that's going back to your role with the county and now going forward to this candidacy is the fact that you do have a little bit of experience,
Yes.
and not, throwing my, supporter bias out. It's just a matter of fact, you've been a part of projects that had to be done and maybe weren't well received at the time.
Yes, and the jail was one of them, $16 million plus. Everybody just, flipped out, but it had to be done. We weren't even ADA compliant in some areas. And over the years, I came from the township that had about $3 million budget. So I come into the county, and that helped me, but prepare me for the budget. But then you go to $150 million budget.
Yeah.
That's a big difference, and then you got your zoning, you got your grants, you got your community development, you got sewer, everything else that goes along with it. So it's just a township times 20.
Right.
So, I mean, we did a lot of good things. Recently, I'll tell you, the VLAN project, the $500 VLAN project was a big deal, and that will save the 800 plus jobs that are here now and create about 80 more high-paying jobs. They'll mainly be all engineering jobs to keep up with the new modern equipment they're putting in over there. Incredible. So that was a big win. So.
Well, do you have a moment to stick around? We're already 10 minutes into it. I told you, you're doing...
My God. Okay. Let's go.
57 degrees in the heart of the 618. We got to thank our local sponsors. We'll come back with more State of the Race coverage next after this.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab select 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
9:17, welcome back. Daily Show smacking you in the nose on a Thursday morning. The calm before the storm, literally, you know.
Hey, I'm just less than 3 weeks away. Not that I'm counting.
You know, well, you know, it's funny. I've had so many candidates on, and that's what I always ask is at one point in time is, are you ready for April 2nd?
Oh, my God, yes. Ironically, April 1st, by the way,
yes,
that's my wife's birthday.
No way.
So it's going to be very good or very bad.
That's what I already say. You better have a good birthday for her. That's
right.
So, getting into this, I know that Wood River's had just some of the things going around town have been, ARPA conversations, does that ever cross over to a township level?
Yeah, actually it does. That's a great question. A couple of things that we did on the board, speaking of ARPA money, we got awarded about $50 million at the county, so our job was to disperse it all. Mm-hmm. Townships are eligible for that. So, but just going back to my East Alton Wood River area, I secured $75,000 for each, the village of East Alton and the city of Wood River for ARPA money. So that was a good thing. And also helped facilitate that new MCT location over in East Alton, which was a big help over there by Eastgate Plaza, along with helping get Eastgate Plaza a low-interest loan through the county to help vitalize that place, which they have. So.
Well, and I mean, that was a vacant desert. I hate to be a jerk about it, but it was terrible.
Done a great job over there.
Yeah.
So, that was a big win for the village of East Alton also.
Well, and it seems like the township has a unique geography to it, because there's so many portions to where you truly could develop more, and you could truly, you're right by major corridors too, and thoroughfares and hubs.
Yes.
So do you see, not obviously in the next 2 years or the 4, because this is a 10-year, 20-year plan, but do you see that township, that district becoming more of a vibrant spot when it comes to that corridor?
It could, and that's the thing with my experience in leadership that I have. I'll have to work with the Madison County Chair, Chris Slusser, along with the mayors of the municipalities, because it's Bethalto, East Alton, Wood River, Roxana, a little bit of Hartford, and Cottage Hills. So there's a lot there, So you
a little bit of ground to cover.
And that's the thing, you have to be able to work with everyone, to get things done.
And see, that's the other thing that I don't know. It just seems like ever since the national election, not even just this time around, but the last couple, it comes back locally where you get these guys that are so angry, and you can't do that locally because there's no one to sway. You're going to be talking to your neighbor and trying to get him to vote yes after you call them a name,
It's just crazy. I never could understand that, and I never got involved in it. I'm always a glass half full guy, positive all the time. I refuse to be negative. I mean, that gets absolutely nothing accomplished.
No, it's a bad advertisement.
It is.
It truly is.
It is.
What has there been a conversation you've had on the trail this time around that's kind of kept you motivated or kept you moving forward through this?
Honestly, it's been quite positive. I mean,
good.
believe it or not, people have seen what I've done at the county and appreciate it. And the big thing is they tell me you do the right thing. You don't play party lines. You don't do that, but you work across the party lines, but you get things done. And that's the biggest thing. And that's really refreshing to hear, quite frankly, all the work and you're getting yelled at and emails and, but hey, you're doing the right thing.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
One thing I do want to ask you about too is in that area, just because we've covered it on the show quite a bit, was the landfill issues that were kind of arising. Is that something that, trash is one of those things that it takes a bigger body, and there's so many other conversations with that. But when it comes to the landfill, is the township, is there anything you could do as township supervisor to help those?
Funny you asked that, because I'm going to get with Rusty Wheat, who you may or may not know. He's
been on the show time. That's
great,
how I get the info.
Great guy. The problem when this all kind of hit the fan is that, the county just can't take charge. You got to work with the other municipalities again, because we're not in charge of Roxana, so so it took a lot of integral parts, a lot of moving things there, but to Rusty's credit, we got it rolling. Then we set aside some money for that. So now it's good. It could still be better, but it's on the right track. So
one of those things.
And I want to continue that. See what I could do when I get elected in the township. Work with Rusty on that too. So that'll be something I'll look into.
Is there anything else that you're wanting to work on, or that you're seeing right now or hearing about?
The only thing that we already covered, pretty much the. One thing I do want to be. This is a part-time job, believe it or not. So
that's kind of interesting.
It is, but it's just like the county board. You could be as good as you want.
True.
You don't do it for the money. You do it because you want to do it and you're passionate about it, and that's what I am. So I'm going to be a readily available supervisor. I am going to be there, and it's not going to be a couple of 4 hours a month. It's going to be every week. So I'm going to be there and want to be available to the constituents and to the employees, quite frankly. So
it's really good to know.
Yeah.
As you're gearing up, do you have any other opportunities for voters to connect with you and maybe learn more about you?
Well, I'm retired, and before that, I was 25 years with the Hillman Group, which I was a sales manager covering 7 states, and I had 20 sales reps under me with about a $28 million budget. So that's what I did for the last 25 years.
Wow.
On a plane every Monday morning.
Wow.
But I loved every minute of it. I really did. It was a good company to work for. So anyway, I think that was my 14 years in government. That's a good business governmental mix, and I think that's what a good leader needs. He needs a little of that experience. So that's why I think I'm the guy.
Absolutely. And do you have a Facebook page or any social media to follow along?
I do. It's Pollard at RiverBender.com.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
And then that's how you can stay connected. And then once again, just for the folks that maybe don't realize, what does Wood River Township cover, just in case that there's some folks that don't know that they can cast their ballot for you?
The area?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Bethalto up to Prairie Street, and it's Cottage Hills, it's Wood River, East Alton, Rosewood Heights, Roxana, and about half of Hartford.
Really good. And, one final thought. Just because I find it fascinating, it's been 14 years since you're, first getting in, and now you're all this time later. How has it changed?
Oh, it's.
Well, and I mean that. How does it really change? Because you've been a part of it from so many levels that you truly see this.
It's when I came in, of course the board was predominantly Democrat. And, you hear everything how bad it was. It wasn't. It was a pretty well-oiled machine. But, people do business differently, So it's kind of was a status quo. Then it started getting taken over by the Republicans. And, they see things a little differently. So they were in office and they ran things the way they thought was fit. So it's interesting, but it wasn't as polarizing.
So I was curious about
back then.
Yeah.
You could still get along. We could laugh. We wouldn't get in arguments like when Mr. Prenzler came in. It was really kind of an adjustment for everybody, So, but that's politics. I let it go right off. I don't take it personally.
It's like sports, short-term memory.
Yeah, you move on to the next one. You fight the battle. If you win, great. If you don't, you move on to the next fight. So.
Well, and I truly mean that. I appreciate your time today, and really just enjoyed getting to know you a little bit more. The floor is always open for you, and best of luck ahead of April 1st.
Yeah, thank you. 2 weeks left. Let's go.
Yep. And then if you win, come back whenever you want to talk about any news or anything you're working on.
That'd be great. I'll come back if I get some things I want to work on. I'll come back and share them with you.
Please do. It was a pleasure meeting you.
That'd be great. Thank you very much.
More coverage of State of the Race continues until April the 1st, but we'll take a quick break. Coverage now of OSF Healthcare. That's